rock and roll. Our coverage of the NFL brings us to Huntington Bank Field. Justin Hopkins out, ready to send this away. And here we go at Huntington Bank Field. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Herbert throwing right away. This into the hands of Will Dissly. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Working quickly here. On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense up to the line fast. 3rd down run by Dobbins. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Offense in the hurry up here. On 4th down, they snap it to Herbert. And they get it home. Sacked him on 4th down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory.
Kate, I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings, because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There was not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset now as they turn it over in their end of the field.
Putting a receiver in motion. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know what that felt like to me, Kate? That felt like a little bit of overthinking, where he's just waiting for the perfect lane and the breakaway run. But against defenses in this league, you hesitate, you get tackled for a loss.
He's throwing deep to intercepted in the end zone. Picked by Alohi Gilman.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Handoff goes to Dobbins, running left. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Herbert on 1st down. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Wideouts getting involved in the ground game. And it's a really nice gain on the reverse. That call came at the perfect time. All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. Chargers ball as we get back for the second, and they are thinking points. They'll run on first down with Dobbins, and he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Running it again with Dobbins. And he only gets this one down to the 9. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Herbert now to throw on 3rd. The throw is caught. Touchdown, L.A. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. To return, Jerome Ford. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Reset.
Watson now off play action. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st. Working from the gun, Watson. Makes the connection. Here's Jerome Ford.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Watson. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. First time this game they've looked to him. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He has the 1st over the middle. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Sticking to the air with Watson. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And the Chargers will have a first. Herbert from the gun. He gets caught. This is Ladd McConkey. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He's on the move. He's keeping it. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Herbert now. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
5-9.
From the red zone now. Escapes out to the left. And this is going to be an LA touchdown. The Chargers will add to their lead at the end of the half. Justin Herbert with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's Ford on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. Looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's Ford on the return. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Play action, it's Watson. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
At the 19-yard line.
And partner, did you hear a whistle? I didn't, but he must have thought that he heard one because he just spiked the football. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Watson. He fires one deep down the middle. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And the Chargers are finally stopped on the return, but they'll still take over on the edge of the red zone.
I know he started to play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he evaded obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. That would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, go Lion. What is that?
A give to Dobbins to start the 3rd. And he's got it down into the red zone at the 16. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
2nd and 3 now. Again, they'll run with Dobbins. And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. Working quickly here. Going for the 1st with Dobbins. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You love a huddle, Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
They'll send him over right. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Offense up to the line fast. A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. It's a gain of 7 on the play, and now they've got 3rd and goal at the 2.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going.
And he has the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers push their lead further to start the half. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Kate. And some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast, trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's Ford on the return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. They've got 1st down from the 31. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Second down, Watson throwing again. That's into the hands of Moore. The flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. First down, ball at the 36. From the gun, Watson. That's complete, David Njoku. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
3 quarters in the books from this one. It's the Browns with the ball, but they enter this fourth quarter at a massive deficit. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Watson to throw it. Moore's got it. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
From the 39. Hauled in left side. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And he's gonna score, touchdown Cleveland! The Browns get it back to within 2 possessions. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
On comes Dustin Hopkins to try the extra point. That's no good. The veteran mishits one rather surprisingly, and they leave a point after on the table.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for the Browns.
So following the missed point after, the chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. On the return, here comes Davis. Good looking return here, and he's got room. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Set.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. He breaks the tackle. And he found some running room for a nice gain.
Go.
Offense in the hurry up here. From the 40 on second down. Escapes the pocket. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Baylor tight. What is it?
Here's Herbert. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
You know, third and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to them and use the element of surprise? Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. They snap it to Herbert. He's got it to his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now Herbert again. And they take him down right along the 30.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Chargers with a 15-point advantage. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he doesn't get the lane he wants or needs. He's going to be taken down at the line. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. On 3rd down, Herbert. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Baylor Tigers. Hey, go Lion. Go.
On 4th down, here's Herbert. On the move, headed right. It's an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble there on 4th down, and they move those chains.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4. Clock working against him here as they hurry to that line. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Chased out to his right. Completed to Hurst. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Third and just 2 to go.
Hey, Kappa. Why did
To throw, Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. Touchdown, Los Angeles. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
For a second, it looked like the Chargers offense was coming off, but no. Coaches say, stay out there. We're going for 2. Herbert's going to look to throw for this. And no connection on the 2-point try. It fails.
You go with what you think is your best option. There they felt like it was going to be a pass, but sometimes it simply doesn't work.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's Ford on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Good set.
Working from the gun, Watson. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So as we all recover from that last play, it's 1st and 10 near the red zone.
Good set. Out.
Watson looking to throw. And there's our last stand image of this game. It's intercepted. There he goes on the right side. Reaches the 40. Into the red zone. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. Well, we all saw his teammates yelling at him, go down for the touchback. Yeah, no chance of that. He saw a lane to take it from one end zone to the other, and he did just that.
You know, and in that sense, he's no different than a kick returner bringing it out of the end zone. That's why some think DBs make the best return men. He just got that unique way of seeing the field, whether it's on a kickoff or going 100+ for a pick six. Wow.
So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chargers, as with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.